on air and I leapt straight out my chair, almost wept. I swear I must have been dreaming. If I'm sleeping, don't wake me up now. Let me linger and meet her somehow. She glides across the room like a bride, without a groom. If I tried, would she assume I'd been drinking? Too much thinking won't do me no good. The bells are ringing, telling me that I should.
Good evening, welcome to Undiscovered Christianity, and welcome at this ungodly hour. If you're still with us, you're very welcome, Father Frank. And if you're joining us this evening, I guess it's because you have just hopefully enjoyed the premiere screening here of Just Elbows, of course. So listen, simple little gathering. This gathering is for the community here, just to say, I suppose, first a big thank you for those. Looked like the numbers were good this evening. Thank you to our community for joining and supporting this project. And if you're new here, you're very welcome also to the channel. If you don't know, now you know. Let me just try and reduce this volume a little. So, as the advertisement says, live Q&A. I believe the cast and crew are with us here in the chat, in the comments. So simply, if you just want to acknowledge, maybe say anything to them or ask any questions, and we might be able to answer those here for you this evening. First, I want to say, while we're here, part of this was to raise a little bit of money for a charity. So I want to say, first, I'm delighted to say that during that premiere, we shot over half the target. We're up at 54% at the moment. But if you enjoyed the show and you're able, then why not head on over to the Just Giving page and make a little contribution if you can. It'd be great if we could reach the target there. So that's the Just Giving page there at the moment. And let me put the details up on there for you. So if you want more information on the charity we're raising for, you can head on over to danio.org, and if you want to donate, you will find the donation page at justgiving.com fundraising. Simply search Daniel. You'll find these links in the description of the videos also. And as said, if you have any questions for the cast, you can post them here, and we will try and pass them on, see if we can get some answers. Or if you just want to share some love, spread the love, that would be great. Also, we can share that with the cast and crew here. I think first, what we need is, first off, a nice virtual round of applause for our cast and crew this evening from the community here. So. So I'd be delighted to hear what you all thought of the first time we did something like that, supporting local talent and promoting it here on the channel, and a nice little change for us. Charlotte Mary is with us. Hi, Frank. Good evening to you, Charlotte. You're very welcome this evening. Marie O'Hara, good evening to you. You're very welcome. It was great, says Marie. Thank you, Marie. Margaret O'Connor is with us. Good evening, Father Frank. Good evening to you, Margaret. And well done to all involved. A great show. Thank you, Margaret. Glad you enjoyed our little production here. Tracy Bradley was brilliant. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, as always, for supporting us here on the channel. So if you're just joining, you're very welcome. Be sure to say hello if it's just a simple little hello in the comments. That would be appreciated. If you're new to the channel here, perhaps our little premiere has driven you here to the channel and you're wondering what it's all about, well, be sure to like, subscribe, follow, and all that jazz, as they say, so that you don't miss future endeavors. So be sure to show some love for our cast and crew tonight, writer and director Local Paul McGuire, who written and directed the little piece that we've just enjoyed, starring our two wonderful local actors, of course, Kathleen Ferrin, who played Kate, and David Lindsay, who played Jimmy. So I think they are with us in the chat, the comments here. Perhaps if you are, guys, you could, if you're able, post a little comment, say hello, and to our community here, if you could show some love to them, that would be great. Hugh Ferrin is with us this evening. Well done to everyone involved. Funny and poignant. Bravo. Thank you, Hugh. You're very welcome this evening. Thank you for stopping in and showing the love here on the channel. Danny McFadden, nicely done. Felt I was in Belfast. Thank you, Danny. Thank you for joining us this evening. You're very welcome. Glad you enjoyed it all the way. Where are you? You're not Glasgow, are you, Danny? I know you're in Scotland there, and enjoying the Belfast crack, as we say here. Thank you for joining us this evening. Kate simply saying hello. Good evening to you, Kate, and you're very welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for saying hello. Julia Rooney simply says, very entertaining. Thank you, Julia. Thank you for joining us, and glad that you were entertained this evening. Teresa O'Connor is with us this evening. Hello to you, Teresa. You're very welcome. Thank you for stopping by this evening. Marianne Black showing the love. Fantastic show. Well done to everyone involved with the play. Thank you, Marianne. Much appreciated. A lot of hard work went into putting that together. Kate is back to say great show. Excellent. Thank you, Kate. We're glad you enjoyed the show. We aim to please, as they say. Good evening to you, John. Very welcome. Thanks to Paul and the crew for a great production. Great editing, Frank. John Friel, thank you for joining us this evening, John. I hope you enjoyed the little show, and hopefully we, John representing Daniel, who we are raising funds for this evening, this weekend also. So thank you for joining us, John. Keep up the good work, as they say. Molly Hart, good evening to you. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Loved the show, guys. Can't wait to see more. Lots of love to Catherine and David from Annie and Molly. So thank you for sharing the love for our program this evening. Can't wait to see more. Not sure about that one. Watch this space, as they say. Do you have any questions? I think we have the cast and crew in the house. Go on, ask some hard questions. You mightn't get a chance again. Let's get the questions in. Tracy Bradley, you were very good, really professional. Thank you, Tracy. I think we did very well, giving the time and the resource that we had. It was a great little project to be part of. And Catherine is indeed with us. Catherine Ferrin. Hi, Frank. I'm knackered. Lost a few toilet rolls there. Have you got them? We've got plenty stacked up in the shed there, Catherine. So let's get a little round of applause as we have Catherine with us. A great showing from Catherine this evening. Danny's back to say that yes, he is Glasgow. Oh, good, Danny. I didn't know. I wasn't sure if it was Glasgow. Glasgow is miles better, as we say back home. Hope you're well in sunny Glasgow, as we say. Callum Smith is asking, just elbows at Christmas? A Christmas special? Just elbows? Well, I'll let you into a little insiders because I've been part of the inner circle, as I say, since get your questions coming in. It'll be good to get a little question or two, perhaps for David, Catherine, or Paul. Get a question or two, see if we can get some juice out of them. But I'll give you some insider information. I originally wanted to call the play Bats in China. I thought that was a more extravagant title for the show, Bats in China. But we binned that one early on. It never got the pass marks. So here's a good question, Margaret Connor. How long did it take to make the show? I'm going to direct that one over. Paul, are you in the chat? How could you summarize that in a minute or two? Actually, let me just see. I think Paul might be with us. Paul, are you with us?
I'm with you. Can you hear me, Frank?
I can hear you. We don't have a picture, but I'll switch your picture off.
That's good.
So Paul is with us in the live chat here, or live in the studio. We don't have a visual, but we have audio. So Paul, someone was asking, how long did the show take to make?
Well, I think we set a record from putting pen to paper, putting it on screen tonight, 5 months exactly. That's some going.
5 months, not bad at all. From print, from initial idea, thoughts to final premiere airing. So there you go. Was it Margaret? I think it was Margaret that asked that question. And I believe it looks like David. David, are you in the house with us also?
Yes.
Well done, David.
Excellent. We've got Paul right on that. We've got David, who was Jimmy, of course, tonight. Great performance. Let's give a little round of applause for David this evening also. So I'm trying to keep up, guys, with these. So sorry, David. Maybe do you want to say hello to our community here?
Yes. Hello, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed the show. We had a lot of fun doing it. I hope it came out in it.
I think it did. I think it seems a lot of love being shown here on the channel, the community this evening. I'm trying to keep up with these. I've got a few messages coming in here. Let's see.
Hello, David. Great performances from the guys, Frank. I just want to say.
It was class, as they say. Here's one for you, Paul, while I filter through the comments here. Just elbows at Christmas, question mark.
Is that to me, Frank?
Well, you're the writer and director, so.
Well, we had a discussion today about that. It's already. It's ready. We're ready to go. We've got all our. Yes.
We'll watch this space, as they say.
All we need now is Father Frank Spielberg becoming off, and we're ready to go.
What was my nickname, Paul, during it all?
Father Frank Spielberg.
No, what was the real name?
Grumpy Spielberg.
Grumpy Spielberg. Grumpy Spielberg. So lots of love coming in, Tracy, with the applauds. Margaret O'Connor always enjoyed, had good laughs. Margaret with the Tracy saying hello, David. We enjoyed it very much. Thank you again, Tracy. Have I missed anything here? Is this a relation to Catherine Hugh? Are you? I'm just looking at the surname. I'm guessing there's probably some connection there. Is there?
Catherine's husband, Hugh.
Is that the hubby? Catherine,
Yeah.
Congrats to Paul for great writing and directing, but also a great set, worthy of the lyric or the opera house. Yes, it was fun because Paul really said about doing everything. He was determined. I tried to coax him into a real house and different various things. But Paul was adamant to we did everything from scratch, from the very set itself was built from scratch. So it was very impressive.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Hugh.
Hugh.
Thank you, Hugh.
Good, funny, well done all. Thank you, mother. That's my mother on the chat here, enjoying the show here.
Hello, Catherine.
Mr. Spielberg.
Thank you, guys. So Marie is saying, are there any toilet rolls left in the shops? Well, we've got them also. If we go into lockdown 2, then David will be selling them for how much?
This time?
20 quid a pop.
No, 40.
On Gumtree.
Great job, David and Catherine. Outstanding.
So Danny's asking which part had the most retakes. None. We all shot it in one go.
If only.
Do you just want to weigh in, guys, with that one?
Well,
I can't really remember. I know I made the most mistakes. It was my fault that had to get the most takes. Like, I know that for sure. But I like to get things proper, Frank. You know that there. It just wasn't up to my standards, and I had to do it again.
That was it. We were setting the bar very high.
I think it's incredible, Frank, that we were talking about this today. But we filmed that over 7 evenings. There's 4 evenings in the second week and 3 in the first week. 7 evenings we record, probably maximum 20 hours recording to put that out. On hindsight, we could have did with a bit more time, but we were restricted by the equipment that we had borrowed, had to go back. And but I think we did a pretty good job in such a short time.
Like Paul was saying, the actual recording filming was barely 2 weeks, but well short. We only had a very limited, restricted time as far as hitting record and capturing all. So yeah, it was quite a challenge, but a good and fun one. But a lot of pressures and well worth it, I think, in the end also. But it was a great achievement.
It definitely was. And the editing, I have to say, whoever done that editing was absolutely brilliant. Like, the editing was superb in the show. See, this was my first time seeing the show. So I didn't get to see the show until everybody else was seeing the show. Frank and Paul got to see it loads of times. They were probably sick looking at my face.
Well, it was close to the bone, even right up until the last couple of days. We've kind of been touching things up, so it was nice to just sit back this evening and relax. And I think that's probably only, believe it or not, David, the second, well, maybe not a few times now, but that I've actually kind of sat down and watched it from beginning to end, without kind of stopping for one thing or another. But I forgot it must, because we've been so invested in it that you forget this is people just getting to sit down and see it through. So I hope you were all you enjoyed it, David, and you were pleasantly surprised.
I actually did. I really enjoyed it. Usually you don't like to see or watch yourself doing anything, but I actually found myself getting suckered into Jimmy and Kate's living room myself, even though it was me who was watching, which was a bit weird.
Well, we kind of knew what the crack was. Like if you kind of shut a door too hard, that the set might have came crashing down and stuff like that. But I think we managed to conceal that quite well. I think people, if they saw it, they wouldn't believe what we were working in and what we were working with. You know, it's like you say that you were kind of transported into Jimmy and Kate's little world in the little lockdown house, Casa del Kate and Jimmy. I don't think they have surnames, just Jimmy and Kate and our Maureen.
Well, I would like to second what David says. Your work behind the scenes was incredible. The work you did, we were working with 3 different cameras with 3 different shades. And it was at the beginning when we finished with all our editing and what was seen, it didn't look the greatest, but you worked your magic to the wee hours of the morning over the last couple of weeks. And I have to say, you did an outstanding job on that, on the technical side of things. Well, thank you, Frank.
No, thank you. It's a pleasure. I've had a little bit of training in that background, so I was telling Paul, it was about 15 maybe years plus since I dabbled in that, so it was nice to dust off the cobwebs. That game's changed, certainly technically, technology-wise, a lot, so I was very nervous, but I was confident that we could pull it off, and I think we did. But it was good. For me, it was great fun. It was nice to meet. For me, a pleasure. It was great to meet David and Kathleen and let them kind of express their talents. And Paul, well, I don't know what happened with Paul. He handed me this little story 5-6 months ago, and then I don't know what happened, but here we are 6 months later with said event. But Paul, why don't you explain a little bit about what your original intention and inspiration was? Because this obviously was a bit of a swerve how we've arrived here.
Yeah, it was. When I first got the idea, I say about 5 months ago, and I love humour, so I was thinking around the lines of a comedy. And I remember phoning David one day. I was out for a dander, and I run it by him. David said, "Go for it, Paul. Go for it." So I decided. So I took it more seriously. I started writing it, and so I wrote it over about 4 weeks, I would say. And I had Catherine in mind, and David to play the parts. But I was always planning it for stage. And as you know, and the guys know, I think the full version lasts about 1 hour and 20. And because of this virus, there was no way we were going to get it on stage. So a bit disappointed. Then you suggested to me, we're sitting down at a very quiet Holy Cross when it was on lockdown, and you suggested, why not put it on screen, which meant nothing to us. I thought it was just the same as stage, because I'm really new to stage. I've only been involved in 2 plays. Like David, we got involved with Flex or the Oliver a couple of years ago. And so we only did 2 plays. We're rookies. So I thought it was going to be something similar. But wow, what an eye-opener. And I remember you explaining that to me, Paul. Now, that's a stage play that you have written there. If you want it to be on screen, it needs adapted for screen. But still, I couldn't understand that. But we had some discussions, and you explained it. And one of your big things was you pushed me for was to cut it. It had to be, to go on screen, it would have to be cut. You said it was far too long, 1 hour and 20. People would be bored. Didn't like that, Frank. People would be bored. So we decided on 40 minutes, and we'll just cut bits and pieces out. And it ended up at 40 minutes. And here we are. It's been a journey, a great learning experience. And I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's a wee bit tough at times, but I've been fantastic experience. We'll do it all over again at Christmas.
That might just be the excitement of this evening, Paul. In the morning, you'll probably regret saying that. But no, it was great. It was great fun taking like say Paul said, originally written for the stage, and I think it would be even more powerful. I think it would be great on the stage, but obviously with all going on, that wasn't what the irony of it wasn't able. But great fun taking it for the stage and trying to adapt to edit it, as they say, for the screen. was good fun in itself. But yeah, I think Paul originally thought that I was trying to butcher his script. He thought that I didn't like it, but we would love. There was lots of other great stuff in there, but it was just purely about editing it, cutting it down for a project like this. I think we ended up at a good happy medium, 40 minutes. It didn't feel like 40 minutes. I don't know about you, but it flew in. It was well paced. So I think a few more questions came in, some serious, some not so serious. Let's see if we can dig out some here. Let's see.
I want to know where Jimmy's wife is.
Catherine's disappeared. She was with us. David, did Jimmy really give that $4,000 to Sean?
Well, yes, but at extortionate rates. He had to give me it back. I had loads of more turtle to buy, but
What's that, David? Sorry.
I'm saying I had loads more turtle to buy, so he had to pay me double back.
That's
so he
right.
had to pay me $8,000.
With interest, of course.
And nice, but not that nice.
So sorry, guys, I'm just trying to scroll through. Ellen Patterson is with us. Good evening to you, Ellen. Brilliant. I enjoyed it. Well done. Thank you, Ellen. Ellen, our flower lady here at Holy Cross. Thank you for joining us, Ellen.
Thank you, Ellen.
Amy McCloskey is with us this evening. Good evening to you, Amy. Congrats to you all. It was a great show. Very proud of my daddy and Aunt Catherine. Is that your daughter?
That is indeed. That's my youngest.
Hello to you. You're very welcome. Great to see you. So there's a few questions in there. I'll let you answer those, David. Can you see them? I suppose you can see them on the screen there.
I could just see the one that come up from Amy.
So
I'm trying to see how I can hit them here. How I can find them.
But did you all think? What did you think about Jimmy? Suspicious character. We all thought he was a bad guy at the beginning, acting very suspicious, and the villain. Boo. But, he came good in the end. Everybody loves a happy ending, as they say.
I know my daughter was watched it. She said to me,
That was one of the changes I wanted. I was really pushing for Jimmy to be the real bad guy. I wanted him coming through the door saying, "Here's Jimmy." And then the alternative ending was the X-Files ending. It really was going to end with Jimmy being kind of sucked out the window with bright lights at the end as well. That was one of the alternative endings. But Paul wasn't really interested in that. Anne-Marie says, forgot about it. It's okay, Anne-Marie. It's back on tomorrow at 9 and Sunday at 9. So spread the word. If you missed it, you only caught half of it. You saw the beginning, you saw the end. You can tune all in again. It'll be running this weekend. Certainly tomorrow at 9 and Sunday at 9. Jamie's 12763 is still not convinced Jimmy is innocent, might still be an imposter. He could be spinning a yarn, we're not sure.
Time will have to tell.
And Aldrea is in 100% agreement with James. Well, I know that's the young team. They're very suspicious. The young team these days, James and Aldrea. Still very suspicious of David's character.
I'm just a suspicious looking character. That's all it is. I can't hide that.
So sorry, guys. I'm just looking at it. We missed up. Apologies if we missed anything in the chat. It's fairly flying by here, and I'm trying to catch as much as we can. So. Again, just to plug, obviously a big part of this was we thought it would be a good opportunity to raise some awareness, especially on mental health and well-being, because as you know, one of the big things coming out of all this the last few months is concern for how people have handled said event situation, I think, which was brought out a little. I know it was a comedy drama piece, but I think it did touch on some important things, like gambling, drinking, little things like that, family relationship tensions, and stuff like that, which are very real, of course, and will affect people in different ways. So one of the things we're trying to raise a little money for charity, as you know. The charity we're supporting is Danio Services, who work locally here in different areas, including mental health well-being. So let me just try and bring this up. As it stands at the moment, we're just over halfway to our set target. We set a very reasonable target of 500. Let me refresh this page in case it's changed. Oh, geez. 74%. 307. Excellent.
Whoa,
So we're nearly there, guys. It'd be great to do this over the weekend. So listen, a big thank you to those, especially if you're watching, if you have supported, donated in that way. Very much appreciated. Going to a good cause. And if you are able, if you watched the show and enjoyed it, and you would like to make a little donation, this is the official page. It's all above board. It's all legit. It's with Just Giving, who are a recognised and safe online donation. Donations are going to Danio Services, and you can make a little donation here on the page. I'll bring up the details for you all again at some point. Excuse me. So it's just a shame we can't see your pretty faces, guys.
No, that's not bad.
Paul is sitting in the dark at home
Dipping in the
with the
morning.
lights out. And David, where's that, David?
I'm at the seaside,
David is by the seaside.
but I really am at the seaside. So
Is that a view from your locale?
it's not too far away. It's not too far away from me.
Lovely, lovely.
You don't want to see my face at the minute anyway. I'm knackered.
Right, right. Paul has a face for radio, as they say. Is that what they say in the business? So this is the first time I think I've had 3 people simultaneously, maybe on this. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Let's see. Have I missed anything? Any more questions? Maria O'Hara says, "Where can you buy the mask Jimmy was wearing? I'd love to get one for Seamus." Is there a story behind how we arrived? Where was the inspiration for that particular part? Paul, maybe you
What?
win.
What was say again?
Where was the comment? Let's see if I can bring up. Marie was asking, where can you buy the mask Jimmy was wearing? So I'm just referring to the opening, but which probably I think set the tone for said play when Jimmy came in. This was before face masks were ready available, so he'd improvised.
Yes, that's right. Where do you get those? Where do you get those in Ann Summers? Between Old Avenue and Bridge Street.
They are special Ann Summers masks,
Oh,
padded. I think that's it. Looks like we've tried. I'm not surprised. That's 20 past 10, guys. So that was a bit more energetic than I thought. So thank you, guys. Thank you very much for taking time to come in and show some love to the cast and crew here. Delighted that seems to be anonymous verdict there that people have enjoyed. So that's great news. Glad you all enjoyed it. And why not tune in again if you're not busy over the weekend? It's back tomorrow night, Sunday night, and maybe you'll invite a friend or two along, and perhaps we'll join you in the chat after. We'll see how the energy is this weekend. But any final thoughts or words, guys, before we disappear here?
Well, I'd just like to thank everyone who's donated and anyone who is planning on donating. Thank you, Frank, for doing an amazing job, and especially thanks to David and Catherine, who were unbelievably outstanding performances. I've already been receiving some comments here on my WhatsApp, people complimenting them on their performances, and they were superb. I'm stunned. So well done, guys.
No, likewise. Sorry, David, you want to weigh in before I cut you all off here?
I'd just like to thank everybody for their support. It's been really fun doing the show, and as you know yourself, Frank, the mental health side of it was important for me because it touches me very personally, and it was great to be able to try and help out and just to do something to give back. And plus, doing the show as well really helped me with my own mental health. It came at a very good time for me also. So I was really grateful for Paul inviting me along to join you. And it was a brilliant experience. I'd never done anything like that before, as Paul was saying. And it was a great experience meeting yourself, Frank, and just learned so much from yourself, from just what to do, what to say, from the smallest wee things where it would just never come into your head. It was brilliant experience. And I'd like to thank everybody.
Well done, David.
Going.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you for sharing that. And as you know, on the channel here, one of the big things we try to do is raise funds and awareness on, especially on mental health and well-being, is a big thing for us here on the channel. So maybe, David, we'll return to that sometime. I know you have a story to share. Thank you for sharing that little insight into us, and maybe we'll come back to that at some point.
No problem.
And I'm sure you guys will be involved. Just want to give, I suppose, a little shout to where are we? We've got a little banner here of Flex Arts. As you know, I know that's how a lot you guys become friends or got involved and inspired to do certain stuff is through being involved in shows, stage stuff with the wonderful Flex Arts here, who, as you would have saw, the Flex Trust been very supportive of Paul and the project also. And there'll be more, as you know, Flex Arts regularly put on stuff that we promote here also on the channel. Catherine is back with us. Well done, everyone. It was a great experience. Thank you, Catherine. And on that note, I think I got to say, everything was great, right down to even, where is it? I've lost it now. We can go out. Where is it? Let's play it out. I thought the soundtrack, I thought Paul's choice of song really was a great little addition. Really carried the performance through. Let me see if I can find it here. Should have it. We're going to play out with this. There we go.
Good night, Frank. Good night, David.
All right, guys. So until next time, as always, here on the channel. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, David. Thank you, our wonderful community. And until next time, peace, love, and God bless.
I swear I must have been dreaming. If I'm sleeping, don't wake me up now. Let me linger and meet her somehow. She glides across the room like a bride. Without a groom, if I tried, would she assume I'd been drinking? Too much thinking won't do